Hello everyone. We're playing a different game today. We're going to do a playthrough on this. Shouldn't take too long to do a playthrough. It's just I've been wanting to try something different for a while. I mean, it's not that different. It's still Crash, but I was hoping we could do the adventure mode of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. If my PS4 is too loud, I'm going to hit it with a hammer. It is experiencing a bit of an update right now with a few other installing games though, so I'm going to get into it. Let's do the adventure. I have got 2 saves, one of them I've 100%ed. I'm going to delete this one. But basically the idea is an alien in this game, so an alien wants to turn the whole world into, like, I think it was like a parking lot or something. Yeah, something like that, and you have to beat him in a race to save the world, basically. But there's a few other things to it. There's a load of bosses, so let's get into it. It runs like in every other Crash game. Let's do it on medium difficulty. Let's have some fun. Let's keep it on Nitro Fueled, right. And then let's experiment with the characters. What was my last character? Oh, it's just basic Crash. Let's see. Who can I be? I think I've got most of the characters unlocked in this game. This is post DLC, back when this game was still alive with all the people. It was coming out with DLC, and I fortunately was able to have it since the first DLC, so that's good. I'm going to be Entropy, I think. Yeah, let's go Entropy. Actually, no. Let's be Cortex for once. I was just thinking, well, what's a nice way to start off with? We'll be Entropy in the next episode. We've got a load of Karts here as well. I'm going to go for this one from Crash Nitro Kart, which I unfortunately don't have. Then let's go for the paint job used. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and wheels again. Let's go for the wheels. I've forgotten the controls for this game because my PS4's calmed down now. I've forgotten the controls for this game, so it'll be fun. It'll probably be a huge rage compilation that might come out. But yeah, I've been getting a bit of inspiration. I've been looking all over YouTube on how to be good at YouTube. I mean, I'm nowhere near good at YouTube, I think. I mean, I'm uploading videos. It's just maybe I need to experiment more with my games. So when I'm done with Crash Team Racing, I'm thinking of doing a few horror games at some point. I did think of Resident Evil 2, then I remembered that makes my PS4 explode, so I won't do Resident Evil 2. Plus, Resident Evil 2 will make me have a heart attack. So I might do Resident Evil 2 if I clean out my PS4 like the day before I do it. And I won't play the whole game. I will lose it, but just for Mr. X alone, I think that would be pretty funny. Anyway, so he's the main villain of this racing game. Once again, this is a remake, like the Insane Trilogy.
Like to race, eh? Well, Nitrous Oxide, am the fastest racer in the galaxy. I travel the stars looking for creatures to test my skills.
It's a little game I call Survival of the Fastest. Here's the way we play.
I challenge the best driver of your world to a race for the planet. If your driver wins,
I'll leave your miserable little rock alone. But if I win, I will turn your entire globe into a
concrete parking lot and make you my minions. Get ready to race for the fate of your planet.
Little animations, you get to see most of the characters, like the villains from over the series, you'll see them there. It's the go. So, we have begun. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Basically, Aku Aku or Uka Uka will come and give you advice. Sometimes. Ah, there we are. That's how I changed the camera. So, X is accelerate. I think drift is just how you would normally drift. Christ, you got to hop and drift. I played this game for like about 5 consecutive weeks. Forgot all the control.
To access
Yes, I know.
You must first
I know. I forgot all the controls to Mario Kart, which I played. I played it when we got back to sixth form, because I do a Friday thing where we play Mario Kart. Anyways, I'm hoping to do, or at least manage, most of the tracks on this island, and maybe even the boss if we have time. There's a boss on each island, kind of similar to normal Crash, like when you have a boss on each warp room, but I think there's 5 bosses. So yeah, it is like normal Crash. They're all reoccurring characters except for Oxide, who is the inevitable boss. He's the final boss. And if you beat the game and get all the relics, tokens and trophies, yeah, I think that's it. It doesn't have to be any special relics, it can just be normal relics. Oh, and all the gems you can get. You can get gems and crystals. Crystals adding into the purple token. You get to face him again, and if you beat him again, you get his hovercraft, which I did on the 100% save file. So I have his hovercraft. But yeah, Crash Cove. So this is the first track. It's one of them simple starter tracks. Yeah, here's me forgetting the controls. Also, don't mind all the characters have skins. That was part of the free DLC update, so a lot of the characters look pretty different to how they're meant to look. But that's because the game doesn't like set them as a normal self. If you get what I mean, it gives them skins. Anyways, it seems I'm ahead of the pack. I've never played this game on anything other than easy, so I guess this will be an experience for me and whoever's watching this video. Alright, I placed the TNT, hopefully that does something. But yeah, this is a bit different, because every other time I've done a racing game, i.e. Mario Kart 8, it has been online with a friend, or just in a compilation. They're the only 2 Mario Kart 8 videos I've done, and that's just been, that hasn't like been an adventure mode. So this is a crucial story thing, not a fun, don't mind if I lose thing. And we have to win these, like we have to get at least in the top 3. Or I think we have to win, actually. I don't think we have to get second or third. I think it's winning all the time. Also, what was that about? But yeah, we have different items in the game, so if you're not aware, let's see what I get next. Potions, if you get 10 Wumpa fruits, I've got 5 right now, as it says up there, you can run into those bouncy boxes to get them. You get 10 of them, it can change some items, so like the green potion becomes a red potion, and that does more damage. Basically it spins you out and like gives you slowness or something. The green potion just hits you. Bombs, you can either get 3 or 1. They can send forwards or backwards. TNT lands on your head. Well, only 1. TNT lands on your head and you've got to bounce to get it off. Nitro boxes, they're one of the other ones that you can get upgrades for, or just get them as a base in your item box. They will just explode you on impact and you will splatter over it, like in the main game. They don't have a timer. There's an accelerator looking thing that just gives you a boost. There's a clock which slows down all the other players but you. There's a mask which works like the star out of Mario Kart. It basically gives you invincibility. And I think that's it. Oh, there's missiles as well. There might be other things, I can't actually remember. I'm not as fond of the items in this game like I am in Mario Kart. But yeah, the Crash Racing series has had a bit of a history. There was the original Crash Team Racing, which this is a remake of. There was Crash Nitro Kart. There's a couple iPad games. I think there's a 2D Game Boy one or something like that. It could be like PSP one. There's Crash Nitro Kart. There's Crash Tag Team Racing, which is like Double Dash on Mario Kart. I'm just trying to think of them. They're so forgettable. I think Nitro Kart is really the one that improved on a lot. I mean, Crash Team Racing is the better one. Crash Nitro Kart improved some things on Crash Team Racing. Crash Team Racing was still superior, and then all the other ones that come after it were rubbish. And then this one come out, and this added loads more in from the original Crash Team Racing, including a lot of stuff from Nitro Kart. I think actually the Nitro Kart karts and tracks were added. Characters were added. So yeah, this game is pretty huge. But yeah, that was just a bit of a history thing. Anyways, I think this is Ruse Tubes. There's this second race. You can pick your races in this game. It's not like a Grand Prix or anything. You do get them outside of the story mode, but in the story mode you can just pick any old race. Apologies for the loading times of the races. They do take quite a bit, especially on the good old PS4. Maybe one day I'll get a PS5, or maybe when PS6 eventually comes out I'll get that and skip the PS5 in total. Anyway, Ruse Tubes, Insanity Beach area. So this one, basically your underground facility, sort of like an aquarium. I've just forgot the boost. I missed the boost. It's just a simple loop, as you can see on the map there. Not much going on. Ow. But yeah, it's the later ones that are quite hard. Like there's can't think of the name. Oh wait, no, Hot Air Skyway. It's one set. It's like Rainbow Roads, but not rainbow. There's like blimps in the air, but you're on a road that has practically no boundaries on the edge, so you can basically go off the edge at any old point. I like the references in this game with the character costumes. So Ballerina Engine was from Tag Team Racing, as you can see on the podium at the side. Some of them are just weird costumes, like Pura there. Werewolf Tiny's another weird one. I think that was released with the Halloween DLC. That was one of the better ones. On the map, I think Evil Coco's at the back. Why have we got a missile on us? I just blocked it with a red potion. Evil Coco from Mind Over Newton. I think Dingo Doll's on the back as well. Some other coloured ones, but yeah, that's another aspect. Like Mario Kart has some skin options, like in Mario Kart Tour, and some in Mario Kart 8, but that's like only for specific characters. This game just has about 7 skins at maximum for most of all of the characters, so I think that's pretty wicked. Yeah, Dingo Doll was there. It's another mist colour. I can change my skin, but you know, I'm happy with normal Cortex. I get called Cortex a lot. It's my giant forehead. I don't think it's that bad. Load! It's not real, by the way. I'm just saying load because it takes ages. Actually, ages. Like doing that. We might be able to get in like... I think we'll get most of the races in. I think my maximum is like 21, 25 minutes.
Congratulations! You win a trophy! Okay.
Oh, we got another cutscene. So yeah, there's another thing. In the story mode, depending on the character you are, I mean, it's pretty self-standard or whatever. Self-manned. I can't think of the word. You get either Aku Aku or Uka Uka, or you get a random one I don't know its name. I think it could be from Nitro Kart. It's like if you're one of the Nitro Kart characters, I think in Nitro Kart there's a big other alien that's also a robot. His name is Emperor Velo, or Emperor Velo, however you want to pronounce it, and basically he's like some dodgy alien from some random planet. I think he might be from a similar planet to Oxide, maybe the same one. But yeah, so that might be related to him. I guess we'll test that out maybe in the next episode. We might play the Nitro Kart character. I know we want to play as Entropy. Entropy's good. What was this one? This might be the one inside a cave. I can't remember it. A lot of the tracks, I can't remember their names. But I like how they're all related to something in Crash. Like Mario Kart, for instance. There's a lot. Mystery caves, this is it. I think this would be a reference to Crash 3's cave levels with the dinosaurs, like Boneyard and whatever the other one was called. I don't remember the name. I'm poor with names and level names and race names and whatnot. Anyway, let's try and get our epic boost game out there. You can see a biker crash in third and warped. I think that's pretty wicked. But yeah, as you can see, the levels are starting to get a bit more good in design, I guess. They're starting to get a bit more out there. Also, the boost I've got right now is OP. But yeah, there's a lot more mechanics to this game than I guess than other racing games that you might think of. No, I hit a wall! There is a shortcut there. Okay, so I think the last track in this area, I have a feeling it's Sewer Speedway. It's either Sewer Speedway or... I can't think of the one, but it's something in the desert. And that's a wall again. Sewer Speedway is really cool. That's taken from Crash 1, you know, when you're going, I think it's Toxic Waste, the level. The one where the rats or all the rodents or whatnot are in the sewers and they're like the mafia. They all got the hats and they all got the guns and they're all shooting at you and they're throwing barrels. That one. I think that's the one that's next. There's like a giant slime monster in there somewhere with a giant crocodile, I think. It's a really cool design level. I'm glad that they managed to improve upon the original design when remaking the game. I never had the courtesy of playing an original PS1 Crash game. I can play the PS1 games, I just don't have them. Because obviously I've got a PS2, so backwards compatibility. And also, I just hit a green thing. That's not good. But we was ahead of everyone else. Well, that's that one done. So I think we can do one more and then the boss, I reckon. Also, I'll just knock the camera. But yeah, like the only PS1 game I have is PS1 Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Known for dodgy looking characters, but it's a charming game. I don't have a PS1 memory card, so I can't save anything on it. However, it was good when I played it. That's all I'm giving it. I mean, it's weird to have a movie game, if you get what I mean. When you have a movie game, you're limited to that movie. But when you have a game made up of movies, you're limited. Well, you're not limited. It's kind of like more things you can do. So like, take Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, for instance. You get the prequels and the main films to play around with. And then like most of the Lego games, like Lego Harry Potter, The remake of, well, not the remake. You get the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Cycle. That's it. I might be able to do something with that. If, do you mind? If it doesn't cause my PS4 to explode, I might end up doing a playthrough of that game at some point, because I haven't actually touched that in ages and I've completely forgotten everything. It is Sewer Speedway. I've completely forgotten about Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. But yeah, I might do that eventually. I have a few more games planned for the future that I know of. One of the Grand Theft Auto remake games is a possibility. Vice City is at the top of that list. I want to do Vice City. I played it ages ago. I 100%ed it ages ago. I think when it first came out on the remake, Grand Theft Auto the trilogy, and then there's another game that I'd like to do a playthrough of. Problem is, I completed half the game because the rest was really hard, and you know when you play, it's a horror game, but you know when you play a horror game and you start shaking, it gets to you, you think, oh, I'm nearly done with this hard bit, and then it ends up blowing up in your face, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that again, that's too scary. That's what I had with that game. But yeah, I'm hopefully maybe one day I'll beat that. Anyway, Sewer Speedway. Just look at this track design. When we get out into the main bit, like, there's a shortcut and all. Can we do the shortcut? We can! It's hard to do this shortcut. But yeah, I like the design here. I think there's a few references around this track that we may see on our next lap round. Like, yeah, this is the last bit here. But we missed a whole load of references and there's a lot of things, like we passed it earlier, there's a giant crocodile in here for some reason, or an alligator, whatever the correct term is. Where is it? So you get those slime creatures from Engine's Lab. There's the giant crocodile. Very Princess and the Frog right there. Right, well, they're not going to do the shortcut this time. Let's have a look at all the references. So you just go around here, and as per usual, I think there's a Terminator reference. There's like a giant monster in Thing. Up there, that's quite terrifying. Here's the Terminator reference, this one here. Anyways, I just realised how close they are behind me. But he sticks his thumb up sometimes, kind of like the end of Terminator 2. I just love the stuff they've thrown in here, and I know when a game has a spin-off racing game, they tend to do this, but I just think they've done it to perfection with Crash Team Racing and Nitro Fueled. So yeah, basically, back to the story, we've got to get keys to go to each bit. So what you saw earlier with Uka Uka and me by a gate, well, it's more like a giant door with a keyhole. You've got to get keys to unlock the next parts, to unlock the next area. So we're in the base beach area, and once we defeat the boss, which is in the next race, we will get a key. Anyways, I think it's going to do the cutscene for the boss instead of making us go over there. The boss in question we have already faced twice, in Crash 1 and Crash 2. I think that already gives away who it is. And you may know if you've played Crash Team Racing before. But yeah, he'll show up for the boss fight. And yeah, we'll do the boss. I mean, it's not a boss fight per se, it's literally you just have to race them around a track. And that track in question is a track that is related to the character. That's already given away, has given away more of who this is, if you don't know who this is. Then the next area, which would be the next Crash Team Racing video, there's a track which is a dead giveaway to the boss you'll be facing. Well, you'll see that next time. But then here we go. Here's the cutscene. Yeah, it's the crazy man himself. He was incredibly freaky in the original game, and I'll tell you why when he finishes. So in the original game, you'd finish the race, and then he'd show up on the. So you'd finish either the previous race or the boss fight against him. I can't remember, and his face would just show up on the screen. It would fade to black, and then it would fade out of the black, and it would just be his face and like the left of the screen, and it's the very high-pitched laughing and the weird noises that he makes, and that's on the PS1 Crash Team Racing. It's bloody terrifying, especially with the dozy eyes. Like on here, his eyes aren't like how they used to be. Like in the original Crash, up to Twinsanity, he used to have like these purple and yellow swirly eyes. It used to be pretty freaky. Anyways, let's face him. Back at Rue's Tubes. There he is. Oh, we got the boost. Okay. Now, I've never played the bosses on medium difficulty or any other difficulty but easy, so I have no idea how hard they're going to be. And obviously the bosses get harder as the game progresses. If this is the first boss, I dread to figure out what Oxide's boss will be like. Oh, sugar. Sugar, 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 sugar. Whee! Come on, no, don't get stuck. Whee! No, you. Okay, I think we got ahead of him. Got one more lap to go. Let's beat Ripperoo. Oh, we got a Nitro box. I need to figure out where he's going to be. I think there. Let's see, will it get him? No, he went around it. He never got hit. Right, what about that? Red potion, come on. He went around that. I don't think they can get hit with something unless you hit them from behind, like with a missile or something. And I think the bosses drop things around the track. Anyways, we did that because one of the bosses throws bombs back at you, if I remember rightly, and then Oxide throws everything back at you. I think they do. Anyways. There's the key. I don't want to be touching that key. Yeah. But I think that's that done. So, I guess that wraps this episode up. I hope you enjoyed this change of pace for a game. I know we haven't actually played a story mode for a game like this before, like a racing game. I know this has been quite a lengthy video as well. But yeah. So thanks for watching. And I guess I'll catch you all in the next episode. Goodbye.